has the train? And whose background noise is a train right now? Who's it? It's you, JT? God bless America. It's the Big 12 squad. Ugh.
You're talking ball with the Big 12 squad. From Oklahoma State to Utah, from Kansas State to BYU, from Houston to Texas Tech, it's the local experts of the Locked On Podcast Network bringing you scoops, breakdowns, and the most comprehensive preview of the upcoming Big 12 weekend. Buckle up. It's the Big 12 squad, and we have a seat for you. No hurt feelings and thin skin allowed. Squad up. You're part of the Big 12 squad.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Big 12 squad. Cody Stovall of Locked On Oklahoma State's right there. Parker Ainsworth of Locked On Cougs, talking all things Houston. Jake Hatch of Locked On other Cougs? Cougars with BYU. It's like a lawsuit issue kind of thing. J2 Westercell is underneath him. He had a train just passing his house as soon as we started recording, which was...
We could have redone it. You could have hit the restart
I thought he was going to redo it. That's why I said punch him in the face.
Who else would want to have a redo?
That started with so much hope and optimism, ends with as disappointing as an outcome as we've seen in recent memory.
Yeah.
Hey, that loss is, I mean, I don't disagree, but also that loss is aging pretty well, right? Parker knows what I'm talking about.
True. Amen.
Exact same difference, and our quarterback was actually hurt.
Last year.
And your game also got out of hand way sooner than ours did.
Team that lost to Texas Tech last year won the Big 12 championship that many are saying. Jeff Carr of Locked On Bearcats, Nick Maravets of Locked On Cyclones talked a lot last week, so he's on a word count this week. Darian Gray, the mouth of the South, will give you all things Horned Frogs. Drake Toll with you of Locked On Big 12. It's okay, so let's open up the forum here to the, obviously, top 25 matchup in the Big 12 this week, Fox's Big Noon Kickoff. Stovall, we'll start with you. Do you feel like the holy war has crept into your psyche? Are you seeing it all over your timeline? Because I cannot escape this thing.
I absolutely love it. This is the highlight of the Big 12 slate when it comes to rivalries. So I think we have no choice but to embrace it. Just like we have no choice but to embrace the fact that that game is probably getting overlooked from a television perspective, which is precisely why I hope they put on an absolute battle of the ages that's a double overtime thriller, because I think that's great for the conference.
Do you remember that one time, Jake, where BYU missed a field goal, but the Utah students rushed the field? So BYU got...
You mean the 3 chances they had and they still couldn't win the dang game? Yeah,
correct. And then they still couldn't make the remake of the field goal?
Oh, no, and the thing is, it went from like a 50-yard field goal to like a 33-yard field goal, and they still couldn't make it. So, you know.
Legendary moment for BYU.
I remember when we won 9 in a row. Those were the good old days.
Uh-huh, yeah. Hey, 2, 3's coming, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
Utah's never beat 9 times in a row. Houston.
Houston more than 3
I didn't
times.
hear that entirely. What was the full phrase?
Houston's 5-0 against Utah all the time. That's the phrase.
Oh my gosh. I've never heard one person get more traction out of a 17-14 win with a backup quarterback on the road in a season where they won 4 games than Parker does.
Wait, what do we say about backup quarterbacks? Those wins don't count? Is that...
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Some other teams have backup quarterback issues. We saw that with Arizona State this weekend.
That's where I was going with that. That was the sarcasm part of that. Yes, backup quarterbacks are very good, I was told by Utah fans this week. This is... Am I right or wrong in saying, and I don't know if, like Nick Maravets, have you seen any of this on your timeline? Does this matter at all to you?
The Arizona State deal?
No. The BYU Utah game.
Oh, it's not too big right now on my timeline. No.
Okay, good.
Is yours filled with receipts from when you said that Oklahoma State is more likely to go undefeated than Utah is to make a bowl game, and they currently have more wins than Iowa State does on the season?
That is a lot of my timeline, which is fair. I said I'd eat it. I said I would, but the season isn't over yet, so let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
10-2 Iowa State, I'm being told.
Hey, speaking of eating it, I have an announcement at the end of the show. Don't let me forget, Drake.
Well, you're going to have to do it now. I mean,
okay. We found the culprit, the guy in Oklahoma State country that said he would shove a plate of chili cheese fries from Eskimo Joe's up his wazoo. He got a hold of somebody and said that he honestly can't stand this crap anymore, so he'll figure it out. And he will own up to it, and there will be video proof.
Can't stand this crap is an interesting way to talk about that.
And a future guest on the Big 12 squad, apparently, right?
I passed it along to my buddy that we had St. Bill Snyder on. So, I mean, we do make some magical things happen sometimes for people who do magical things through the wrong end.
Jeff's new here. Jeff, do you know about this whole thing with Kansas State and St. Bill Snyder?
I've heard a few things, yeah, but I will say he's gonna have to have help with chili cheese fries shoving up his ass, because that feels like something that a two-person thing there. You gotta.
Listen, you know what? I try not to ask too many questions at times. This is one of those few times that not as many words are necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even need to see the video. I will take somebody's word for it. But I think if it does in fact happen, perhaps we can, have him throw a brown bag on and he could be rocking and rolling right here.
I'm done with the brown. I'm done with the anonymity. I want this man's face on the show. I want to know who this guy is. I want him doxxed. No more of this.
You guys really think I was going to miss out on the opportunity to dress up and act the fool right here on Locked On Big 12?
You could hear the bag rustling.
That's what Sharon Moore should have worn his head today instead of the blue jacket, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Cody, just the sound of your voice made me think of this. UCLA is good now because the new Heisel guy with the blonde hair, he's a really interesting looking guy, by the way. Like, that's just a oddly built adult human being. And they're good. Is this proof that any day now Oklahoma State can just win out?
Well, you lost me at the win out part, but you had me at the win part. I feel like there is a game sometime this year. There's going to be a place and time where we do get to have this legitimate conversation. I feel like one win this season is doable. We have enough offensive creativity. We've seen baby portions of it against Baylor and also against Houston. If we can string together a good quarter versus Baylor and a good quarter versus Houston, that's 2 good quarters, guys. That's 2 better quarters than we've had all flipping season. If we get to halftime and it's a ball game, why not win in Rome? And it's homecoming this week. I mean, crazier things have happened in the bipolar Big 12, and we all know it.
Jeff, go.
If the second half Bearcats show up in the first half, you might have a chance there. But the Bearcats have been rolling in the first half. I'm happy with how these first 2 quarters look.
I do.
Scott Satterfield's off the hot seat. There ain't no hot seat in Cliff.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here, so I'll push back a little bit, and this is
Mike
not going to
Gundy's
happen.
off the hot seat too.
True. Mike Gundy, future guest of college football kickoff. I've been told, by the way.
A little drop there from Drake.
Oh, Jeff, here's where I get a little. When I push back a little bit on that is if and it's not going to happen. If Cincinnati loses out the rest of the way, he'd be fired. There is something to adding a little bit of hope to your fan base that just makes the fallout even worse. It's the Neil Brown effect. Like, Neil Brown somehow delayed but expedited his firing by being kind of good that one year and gave them a taste of what they could be, and then they just sucked ass again. They're like, oh well, yeah, we got to fire him now. Scott Satterfield is in the danger zone of that, though. I think it would take some pretty significant injuries for Cincinnati for the wheels to fall off.
For his case too, like, I think he saved himself in 2026. There were a lot of folks who were really looking at 2025 as like, all right, you're either going to piss or get off the pot here. And it really feels like we're doing the thing, because this little number next to Cincinnati's, it's tripping us out here.
No doubt.
Speaking of peeing or getting off the pot real quick, you do know that anybody here, if you lose to Oklahoma State, it's like losing to Tulsa, but worse.
Or Northwestern UCLA. Just ask James Franklin.
Yeah.
I thought okay, James Franklin to Oklahoma State.
Oh.
Or I seen this crazy thing, Dillingham to Penn State. Which one's more likely?
Franklin to Oklahoma State's more likely.
Yeah, I don't think Kenny's going to leave Oklahoma.
I was just saying, I'm sorry. Like, I think Dillingham's a fantastic coach. Like, I think that would be a good hire for Penn State. I don't want to lose them in the Big 12, although I could argue you want to, because they are a really good team year in and year out. But I think that'd be a great hire for Penn State.
What the hell do you mean year in and year out? You can't just beat them once and be like year in and year out. They're great.
42-10. Come on now.
They're a great team.
I think, though, just like from a cultural perspective, you're going to see Franklin in the South. He's a Vanderbilt guy, right in the South, and he was
at Vandy for 3 years, from 2011 to 2013.
But what I was going to say is Dillingham is a West Coast. He'll wait for a big West Coast job. He feels the West Coast.
Arizona. Why can't he just stay?
Yeah,
Parker, I know you're used to coaches being fired or leaving.
This is the Mike Gundy for Arizona State.
Why doesn't he have a GM, by the way? Like, that feels like if this is a place he's going to stay at, shouldn't they have a GM there, have more resources to help him?
JT Westercell, GM, Arizona State. Gets clipped all the time, goes viral, builds a lot of publicity every week.
Could you design and then I could hire you on as well because you called Devin Dampier ass, so we would both be amazing talent evaluators together, my friend.
You can't estimate crowd size because you don't know the.
Oh my goodness, this is spectacular. Coming up, JT's really bad at math. This is the Big 12 squad. The first ad that we have today is Supply House. You can go get stuff for your house at Supply House. When the opening whistle blows on a new repair, get your crew moving forward with Supply House. And their Trade Master program is awesome because at Supply House, you sign up for that Trade Master program. You can get like next day delivery on this stuff. And not only that, you get exclusive discounts. Need parts for a past project? Bam, they're at your door tomorrow. The part finder tool and 3D schematics can save you hours on jobs where every detail matters. Join that free Trade Master program today and score serious perks like priority shipping, lower prices, and a dedicated support line. Visit supplyhouse.com to sign up for free and use promo code SHCollege5 for 5% off your first order. Supplyhouse.com. Real people, real service. That is Supply House. Today's show is also brought to you by FanDuel. Our friends at FanDuel are going to make sure this weekend that if you put $150 on the BYU money line and BYU actually wins, and it's your first bet, that you'll get $300 in bonus bets. That's right, $5 bet. If it hits, you'll get $300 in bonus bets right now at FanDuel.com. Go to FanDuel.com to buy the app. To buy the app, it's free. You don't even have to buy it anymore. You never had to. I love how FanDuel gives me so many ways to play as well. I built parlays, tried player props, even follow the live lines during games. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download that app today, the FanDuel app, and get started. FanDuel.com. Visit it today. So I think JT said something along the line. I wasn't listening when he said it. Something along the lines on my show of like
shocking, by the way.
30% of the stands could be Utah fans.
No. He said like 60-40, which is
pause. Back up. So here's the deal. 18 minutes into the show, we were talking about just the game, the atmosphere, and I will say, first of all, I meant to say 70-30. I was just throwing out 60-40. But also, I'll just say,
what the hell do you mean? That's not true. That's a lie.
I meant to say this very different thing from what I said. It's a crazy take.
I'll just say this right.
JT, I had that clip sent to me. I don't know how many times by Cougar fans saying you got to own him.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was wrong. I'm willing to say that like right here, right now. I don't know what I was talking about. I was carried away. I was drinking the Kool-Aid of this rivalry. I'm so fired up for this game. I don't know what I was wrong. That was a bad prediction, but I still believe Utah fans will show up. You know how bad
that prediction was? This is how bad that prediction was. Guaranteed. 100%. No two ways around it. It was that bad.
Oh, I'm so glad you caught it while we were live too. Like you said, it's the sharp host listening opposite me that episode.
I'm just, probably Googling something at the time.
I Googled something. Can I read it?
No.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, why not?
So the last time a top 15 ranked college football team was at home and not favored, what BYU is against Utah, was 2023. Actually, a Big 12 matchup, Oklahoma State against Kansas. I thought that was very interesting. And I've called BYU overrated. Looks like Vegas might agree with me since Utah's favored.
Didn't Vegas also have Utah as the best team in the Big 12 preseason?
We just established I was wrong. Everyone's wrong.
Okay, but you just declared Vegas as right.
Sometimes people are wrong.
Who won that Oklahoma State KU game?
Oklahoma State. Well, it was Oklahoma KU, and Oklahoma did end up winning.
Why would you do that? What? If I could jump across this screen right now and throw punch you repeatedly, it would be physically happen. You know what? I cannot wait. There better be a Big 12 Media Days, a.k.a. I love your face. I'm so sorry, Drake. Carry on. Why would you do that, JT?
Because the fact is it's a bad look by BYU that they're not favored in this game, and I think it should be concerned. Because it shows.
You're talking about a team that left the Big 12 while your team's not quite in the Big 10 yet. Also a bad look. You are
as far away removed from the Big 10 as possible, Cody, right now, currently.
I didn't say us.
I know. I'm just saying right now, my friend. All I'm saying is this. There are flaws with BYU. When Vegas knows something, that's usually where these lines come from. What? I think that's a cause for concern for the Cougars, the fact that they're not favored. And yes, I give them credit to keep squeezing by, but you usually can only do that so long. Your Kansas game happens, and Utah's a lot better than Kansas was last year.
Wasn't BYU
squeeze y'all into an ass whooping is what's going to happen?
BYU was an underdog in like every game last season for some reason. Vegas was just,
and they didn't make the Big 12 title game.
They went to UCF last year with a sub 500 night and were an underdog on the road. BYU's used to this. They're all for it. They play the disrespect card better than anybody, even your beloved Utes.
Yeah, which is crazy we're making this point because I've made so much money on BYU over the course of the last 2 years.
You made money on Utah this year.
Yes, I have also made money on Utah as well. Yes, against West Virginia, not against Texas Tech. Thank God. I did make money technically on Utah by putting the Brinks truck on Texas Tech, who's an underdog of that game and shouldn't have been an underdog. I mean, they're the best team in the Big 12 far and away. But
Sure.
Vegas preseason had Utah. And I don't know. Again, I asked this question over and over. How do we go 5-7 Utah should be the preseason Big 12 champion? Why did we rank them? Who decided to rank them?
Who did we just blow out? Last year's conference champion. It's a new year.
But you told me they had a backup quarterback. And last year I learned the teams can't function with a backup quarterback.
Arizona State could not function very well with their backup quarterback, but their defense was fine, and Utah looked really impressive against them. I have a hard time believing, Jake, if we swap schedules, I don't see our records being any. We would have your record and you would have ours right now. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Possibly, actually. That's actually not a bad. That you know what?
Yeah, but that was
15 minutes.
You weren't facing the freaking Bear, bro. What are we talking about?
True.
Bear, who was 12 for 20.
If a guy has the cojones to wear number 47 at quarterback, this is like he's like the Michael Irvin and Doug Flutie together. You have to respect it, okay?
Without the other stuff that Irving does, but yeah.
And Tim Tebow.
I'm all about it.
Well, we did have a coach earlier this year call him a GD Centaur, so we'll just go with that.
True. I knew a guy in college who his biggest flex, he was like, my dad and I we used to hunt with a famous NBA player. And I was like, dude, that's dope, actually. He's like, Karl Malone. Not dope anymore. Not dope anymore. Don't tell anybody that. That's not a good fun fact.
Yeah, that takes on a whole new world of hunting. That's a whole different.
No!
Parker! Drake, you walked into this one. You walked into that.
It was going to be one of us, and it had to be like one of us was going to say it.
You want to make hoops jokes? There's a lot of jazz things we can throw out here.
Where's Christian Rao? We can do a whole BTK thing here. We can really. I just watched the Netflix documentary about the daughter of BTK. You guys see it? No one. Apparently, BTK is not as popular as I thought.
BTK killer, yeah, we were aware, but JT knows all about this. Ted Bundy and Utah are synonymous. So
yeah,
what that is that no way?
Wasn't Kaczynski a professor at Utah as well?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, JT, you don't know about any of this?
I do not. I'll be honest.
Wow.
Ted Bundy, really?
JT,
what's the connection? I missed the Zac Efron movie, whenever that came out. What's the connection?
Not the real life part, but the
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, when he blew up a couple of years ago, that was obviously before my time, sir. I don't have the gray in my beard like you.
Okay.
No, take the hat off, JT. Take the hat off.
No, put the gun down.
Everybody with a hat, take the hat off.
You can't do that.
There's a few hats on the show. I'm just saying.
I don't want to blind the camera, so I'll stay on.
I would get fired.
Yeah. Okay. A little bit more hair than I thought on the show. Okay.
JT, your turn. Let's go.
I'm looking. I said I want to blind the camera. I'm looking this up though. By the way, y'all can keep moving.
Only one of us was commenting the gray beard.
Bundy spent some time. Well, you know who Bundy is, right?
Well,
You've heard of Ted Bundy.
He is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I did good. We crossed it, but you didn't know about the whole like Salt Lake County thing.
No, I did not. Is this gonna be
Yeah,
able to stay?
man.
Are we leaving this in the episode?
Hey,
Yeah, absolutely.
Drake, we're talking about weird things happening at schools. Can we talk about that whole Waco thing, or was it still too soon?
It had nothing to do with Baylor. That was completely separate of the university.
What about the like player murdering another player? Not also.
That had a lot to do with Baylor, actually. That
Yeah,
was
too soon.
Which
Okay.
I think the worst part of that was the cover up of the head coach, who was like, "Well, the kid's dead, so we can blame him for doing drugs," right? And they're like, "No." That's a really, I don't know. So the weeds of that one are actually wild. So Patrick Dennehy is murdered by Carlton Dodson, both Baylor basketball players. So after he gets murdered, people start asking questions like, how does he have the super nice house? How does he have a really nice car? How does he have all these things? He was a broke college kid, not even on scholarship. So like, well, obviously Dave Bliss, the head coach, is paying him money. And Bliss is like, well, what if we told everyone he was making millions by selling drugs and he's dead? So no one can prove it incorrect. And which is insane. Yes.
I appreciate that Drake is willing to also poop on Baylor, though. Like, there's nothing holding Drake back from.
Well, it wasn't a good thing. I'm not going to salvage that one, Parker.
And John Lucas helped take us to the Final Four, so we appreciate you.
There was just something, yeah. And after that, Abar Rouse was an assistant on the. This is actually the saddest part. He was an assistant on the team. He taped the entire conversation where Bliss was telling the story to the assistant coaches. Where he was like, lie about the dead kid. And then Abar Rouse reported him to the police. and he hasn't gotten a job since in college basketball. And I think it was Jim Boeheim, Coach Krzyzewski on ESPN was like, if one of my assistants backstabbed me like that, he'd never have a job in college basketball. I was like, yeah, we shouldn't say that. Which, now there's like the watchdog of media and everything. Coming up.
So the Holy War is coming up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, more of this, I guess. This is the Big 12 squad or whatever. Yeah, all right. Everybody's in on this. Parker, what's your favorite part about Mazda?
I actually drive a Mazda, so that's fun.
Is that real?
Yeah,
Whoa!
There you go.
He got one of those leases. Didn't he?
Actually, is a lease. I will say the IIHS top safety pick. You have a toddler. That's a win. That's a win.
And if you have anything older than a toddler, also a win.
I hear that.
Protects you as well. Nick Maravet's got to love that Mazda.
Yeah, that available Napa leather upholstery. Oof.
Yep. JT, what's the country? Where's it from?
Japanese, right?
Yeah, it's that Japanese.
Japan. I'm sorry. Just the read says Japanese. I'm like Ron Burgundy. Read off the teleprompter.
That is 100%. I mean, Jeff, would you say that Mazda makes everyday drives feel like anything but?
I mean, they give you the all-wheel drive to get you out of the sticky spots that some ad reads could put you in.
Yeah, there you go. Well, one day we'll all pull together enough money for us to go to Japanese together. We're going to do one Big 12 squad trip, all of us, to see the Mazda factory on the Locked On Big 12 squad.
I thought you were going to go sticky spots back to Cody, full circle moment with his Eskimo Joe's French fry guy.
This is great. Oh, yes. There we go. This is perfect. What a
Should I label this a true crime podcast or a geography podcast?
I think we may have to rated PG-13 this one. I don't know if we can have ads on this one for legal reasons.
Hey, Drake, should we be offended that TCU and Baylor plays and that's not a rivalry we talk about? We only talk about the Holy War. Like, does that speak to where we are? Like, come on, guys.
Man.
No mention of TCU versus Baylor. Isn't that what you always point up?
The rivalry is a great game. There's no doubt about that. The rivalry should be talked about more.
They don't call it that anymore, right?
No, that's the Blue Bonnet Bowl because they went in there and they're like, you know what, Blue Bonnet Bowl it is. You're like, no, don't do that. They renamed the whole thing. Revivalry was just too much for them. They were like, oh, this is just too.
It was too perfect. Yeah, we got it.
That's what I said, and they changed it, which was
Bonnie, state flower, love, pride.
But love is not college football. I don't want love in my college football.
And Blue Bonnet could be any Texas teams. There's no connection.
Didn't they get rid of Farmageddon?
They're trying to. I can't wait for the Holy Showdown coming up next year.
What are we doing?
There we go.
What are we doing in this conference with rivalry names? And I think that's to Darian's point directly is maybe people don't consider the TCU Baylor thing a rivalry, but partially because of that. I mean, obviously not holistically, but I mean, it's hard to get excited about the rivalries in the Big 12 because we don't foster them at all.
Well, this year TCU and Baylor are both
talk about them.
Well, this year they're basically playing in the disappointing Big 12 Pretenders Bowl. I mean, I was so what TCU happened to them last week.
I mean, both 4-2. 4-2.
This dude beats a backup quarterback.
Your last win against a top 25 team was 10 years ago.
Hey, Darian's going to get you. Hold on.
So here's the thing: whoever loses deserves everything he says. So it's kind of like it's right on the cusp. I can't argue too much. At the end of the day, I already don't know if these two losses are going to be able to keep you competing, right? I think that you're already fighting a losing battle. But once you drop the 3, hey, call it. It's TKO time. Once that happens, like Baylor loses, it's over. TCU loses, it's over.
BTK time, baby. We're out. That's it.
Hey, Darian, I take offense to that because we lose every game and we might have a storm brewing.
But here's the thing, Cody, it's been over for you. Like it's been over. So we're just
until homecoming came.
And also, I can say whatever because we don't play Oklahoma State, so I don't have to worry about being that one team.
You don't wish we all played Oklahoma State.
There you go.
Yeah. So here's the problem with the Baylor TCU thing is if Baylor or TCU lose a football game in the woods, but no one's around to see it happen, does it actually count as a loss? That's the problem. No one's at these games. No one cares. These are and I don't know if you see the pictures of the Baylor fan base, but they don't show up to the games right now. They're not. And you get the same excuse in Fort Worth a lot of. And look, the students have been great this year at TCU, but the old people don't fill up the upper bowl. They don't fill up the full stadium at Amon G. Carter. And everybody's like, well, it's hot. Go to College Station. It's the same temperature in College Station. Go to Austin. It's the same temperature. What do you mean it's Texas? I've seen DKR half empty so many times.
No, I'm saying I'm agreeing with you. Like it's like at this point, like to just complain about the heat. I mean, I'm sure you probably live here. Like you're used to it. You know, like come on, guys. Like, I agree with you. I think you're out there. You have to support it.
I would point out though, to the Big 12 schools' credit here, there are all kinds of videos and pictures out there of different SEC, much larger stadiums also empty in the fourth quarter of close games. Like this feels like it's frankly more of the TV product and all the investment in the TV product is kind of they're putting TV cameras in the sight lines of fans in the stands. Like I think this is actually a bigger, like we may look back at this in 10 years and it's a bigger problem than just a handful of fans want to stay home in the AC.
In Provo or Salt Lake City right now. I'll say that much.
Well, that's what happens when you win, I guess, right?
Or have Dion. You either win or have Dion.
And in Dion, they have a special tradition at halftime. I don't know if y'all out there in Colorado.
It's the Eskimo Joe's thing where they bring the guy out to the midfield and they do the chili up the butt.
No. He's talking more of JT's territory. JT, why don't you tell him about that?
Yeah, they bring air freshener out, in the middle of the game.
Trust me.
Yeah,
I was in Boulder 3 weeks ago. I'm fully aware of what happens at halftime.
But we didn't hear you speaking up, Jake. Why didn't you break it down for everybody out here, huh?
I feel like this is an argument to legalize it in every state that has a Big 12 school, because clearly it adds to attendance. That's what I'm hearing.
Look, so they can't go anywhere after that.
Baylor won't sell alcohol, and Colorado's already like 17 steps ahead. They're dispensing at the games, at the little vendors. Just
instead of like the T-shirts, they don't shoot though. You get one.
Okay, got a good area of effect on that one.
I got offered 2 different opportunities to partake on my way to the stadium at Colorado. So it's
Jake, don't incriminate yourself any further. You're okay.
I did not intend.
Just offer.
So what we're saying is,
he said, "Don't you know who I am?"
Texas Tech fans throw pocket knives on the field.
Yes.
Oh
Colorado,
my gosh,
they shoot doobies up into the stands. That's what you're saying.
No, you know what I'm saying?
I think the Texas Tech knife thing is such a funny deal because breaking news: guy who works at chocolate factory drops chocolate bar. Like go to West Texas. It's their job to carry 10 pocket knives at once for sport.
Are you saying it was a mistake? Somebody had one tortilla in one hand and a pocket knife in the other and accidentally threw both?
Who on God's earth is like, I'm going to throw my expensive closed pocket knife at you? Ha!
Someone who was partaking in what Colorado's doing. That's how the mistake is.
There it is.
I think there was just one of Joey McGuire's 17 security detail who wore those massive hats and white T-shirts just dropped their pocket knife. Now Kansas is like, this is terrorism.
I heard it was actually an NIL deal where the players are supposed to pick it up, and like now you have that. That's part of your package.
Right.
The longest yard.
Okay, we saw. Not to drag the SEC into this, we saw Josh Heupel pick up a golf ball that was thrown at him in Neyland Stadium and say, "Guys, look what I got."
Yep, that was. Who else did that? Kiffin did that a few years ago, right? Picked up
Kiffin was golf ball. Sorry, Kiffin's the golf ball. The mustard bottle is Heupel. Excuse me. There we go.
I love how McGuire.
Are you saying that if Lance Leipold would have picked that knife up and used it, the TV viewership in the Big 12 would be skyrocketing right now? We'd be having a whole new segment.
Twitter views would be up.
Hey, Big 12 social impressions are up after the account bodied Venables earlier today.
That was awesome.
That was crazy. Why would he say that?
I have no. It's funny. And then he has like an 8-10 record, I think it is, or something like that against Big 12 teams too. So it's a bit SEC bias. We're seeing it's why College Game Day is not going to our game this week.
Yeah, I'll be there though.
Yes, he will be.
See you there, bud.
Taking plenty of flack on Twitter for it. Utah fans are mean. Why are they
Didn't
mean?
you go to the game
oh my gosh.
Elliot? Yeah. Didn't you go last year?
I did. I couldn't have been more complimentary of all of it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Aside from their
JT, are Utah fans going to be the same way when y'all are in the Big Ten?
By the way, I get absolutely annihilated by BYU fans weekly. Like we both like I'm we act like Utah. We act like Utah fans are the only one who attack anyone in this conference. Drake, you put out a picture of their quarterback and called them ass. Like,
yeah, I've done that with 17 different Big 12 quarterbacks the last 2 years.
College football fans are not going to forget that.
It's my favorite bit. I've done the same thing with A-Rod, but
it's true.
But I think instead of A-Rod, I put like booty or something, which is exponentially funnier. Like that's
Did you put booty flakes or something like that?
something. Yeah, I mean it was very BYU coded.
Hey, JT, here's the world's smallest violin, and it's playing just for you.
Yeah, they clicked on
I'm
your
not
show.
the one bringing up how mean a fan base is to me. I'm just saying it happens to everyone.
They're paying you money. They give you a view.
Yeah, I had a Baylor fan put my old apartment in a bullseye on Twitter one time.
Which rocks.
Wow.
By the way,
it was an apartment I no longer lived in, but was a weird day. That was a weird day.
That's crazy.
Drake, next time you name a quarterback and it upgrades to certified ass cheeks, please don't let it be a Cowboy. That's all I ask.
They play receivers at quarterback. You're fine.
We have wide receivers and tight ends that play quarterback.
Oh,
I'll take it. Oh, and hold on. We also have a guy who played flag football last year at UCF. He's a quarterback too, and he threw a touchdown. Go Pokes.
What?
Yep, go Pokes. That's incredible. This has been, and it always will be. Thanks for making all of our shows your first listen every single day. Locked on Chaos, the Dose Grande Squad.